Hello and welcome to Polk County, the heart of Central Florida. I'm Murtis Young, Historic Preservation Manager. Join me as we travel on the Heritage Trail to discover Polk County's rich and diverse historic sites. The diverse history of the area is evident across Polk County, from city centers and urban neighborhoods to rural farms and cultural landscapes along our roads, railways, and rivers. History allows us to explore sense of place, the unique character of the county, and learn about the numerous people and events that shape the region. In celebration of this rich cultural heritage, the Polk County Heritage Trail was developed to highlight more than 150 years of county history. From historic homes and museums to Civil War sites, the trail provides an opportunity for communities to share their local history in the authentic locations where it happened. Join us in exploring the Polk County Heritage Trail. This installment of the Heritage Trail takes us to Bartow's historic Oakhill Cemetery. This 2-acre property situated in the 300 block of West Parker Street stands just a few blocks southwest of downtown Bartow. Founded as early as 1848 by pioneer families on the public lands near the Redding Blunt property, the cemetery came into private ownership in 1880 and was formally platted in 1885. The plots were laid out in a rectangular plan with the more than 500 graves situated with an east-west orientation. Asymmetrical grass paths winding through matured oak trees in a natural setting contribute to a serene environment. This graveyard is an example of a traditional cemetery which was developed in the mid to late 1800s. Featured elements include bordered family plots covered in grass and adorned with flowering plants and symbolic markers that elaborate activities of the deceased. Contrast this to today's modern cemetery, which contains commercially made flat markers with attached vases to hold artificial plants arranged in neat rows. Each headstone or family marker presents insight into our community heritage. The names, dates, and tributes help in understanding family genealogy, as well as learning more personal information about the significant men, women, and children who are buried here. Jacob Summerlin, king of the crackers, pioneer, and significant donor to the founding of Central Florida, is buried at Oakhill Cemetery, and his marker bears the symbol of the Masons, depicting his membership with the Fraternal Order of Freemasonry. Oakhill Cemetery contains a variety of 19th century funerary art in which tombstones play an important part in the burial rituals celebrating the life and accomplishments of the deceased, such as clasped hands that reflect devotion that extends beyond the grave. The most common materials used in headstones in Oakhill Cemetery are marble, granite, and metal. The oldest markers were hand-carved, while later ones were commercially manufactured. Other examples of symbolism include the classic Roman column draped with a tassel cloak and is symbolic of a weary soldier now at rest. The marker for the Streety Parker family, noted pioneers of Polk County, is an example of a classical Roman column. His infant son, William Owen, is the oldest known grave, dating to 1860. Columns joined by an arch shows unity in death, represented by this headstone of pioneer John Davidson and wife Eve. The headstone for Edward Webster shows the broken link in a chain, representing life removed by the hand of heaven. Anchors are used to symbolize salvation and hope. This headstone, displaying an open book on the altar, honors William Hood, who served as the first principal of Summerlin Academy. Cherubs and lambs are associated with infants and children, represented by this headstone of Jenny Zipper, child of Aaron. Obelisks, a prevalent form of sculpture in cemeteries, represents a piercing of the clouds up to the heavens, like the one shown here of Redding Blunt, who was a member of one of the first families to move into Polk County. The headstone of Louis Marquis, county tax collector and member of Woodmen of the World, is an example of displaying membership in civic organizations. Tombstones also honor the deceased with symbolic reflections of military accomplishments and rankings, such as General Evander Law, founder of South Florida Military Academy, who also served in the Confederate Army as a general. The CSA markers, cast iron Maltese crosses, denote service of the veterans of the Confederate States of America, a tribute to those who served the South during the Civil War. They are etched with CSA and a Confederate battle flag, along with the dates 1861 to 1865 and the motto Deo Vindice, under God our Vindicator. There are 42 CSA markers in this historic cemetery. It is interesting to discover that one Union soldier is buried at Oakhill Cemetery. James Snedeker served in the Union Army, married a Southern girl, and he is buried beside her in Bartow. Several markers depict service in World War I, the Great War, including Sly Wheeler Brown and Clara Summerlin Mendenhall. Oakhill Cemetery is the oldest existing man-made structure in Bartow. The significance of this traditional style cemetery with graves of early founding families was formally recognized in 2003 when it was added to the National Register of Historic Places. It is maintained by the City of Bartow. Cemeteries are filled with genealogical and historical notes and are among the many historic places on the History and Heritage Trail. We invite you to hit the road and see what other unique locations Polk County has to offer.